This is WCGR News. Your campus news starts now.
Coming up on WCGR News, we follow the men's basketball team as they open their 2016-2017 season.
And have you noticed the construction behind Mary Martha? We have an exclusive interview with Dr. Gard about the new housing project.
We also have a recap of this past summer's 2 weeks robotics camp. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joel Krenz.
And I'm Nicole Garza. Welcome back to WCGR News. Our first story of the night comes from Geisman Gymnasium and the men's basketball home opener against Aurora University. Joel Krenz has a story.
The Concordia University men's basketball team had their home opener last week, Wednesday, versus Spartans of Aurora University. The Cougars were looking to go 500 in conference on the year. The Cougars got off to a slow start, going down 13-0 early, but buckets by senior Justin Saar and sophomore Louis Fernando kept the Cougars within reach. This was a game of runs, with both teams going on big runs in the first half. Sophomore Mitchell Plessier hit 2 big three-pointers, senior Mike Walmer hit a tough layup, and good defense sparked an 18-7 run in which the Cougars would get as close as one, 32-31. Unfortunately for the Cougars, the Spartans answered right back with an 11-2 run of their own. Even with Plessier hitting a late layup, the Spartans were still up on the Cougars, 49-43 at the half. The second half started with freshman Jarek Hotwagner and Plessier hitting back-to-back threes to keep the Cougars in it right away. Junior Rodrigo Nava was a spark off the bench in the second half, knocking down a jumper and coming up with some key blocks that led to fast breaks for the Cougars. A free throw by Plessier gave the Cougars their first and unfortunately last lead of the game. Aurora dug in and managed to hit some tough shots and open threes to go on a 20-3 run to bring their lead all the way up to 77-61 with 10 minutes to go in the game. Off the bench, sophomore Israel Dozie hit some late shots, and Plessier and Fernando had a quick 5-point flurry to try to ignite a comeback, but it wasn't enough as the Cougars would fall to 0-2 in conference with a 106-95 loss to the Spartans. Plessier had 24 points, Fernando had 22, and Walmer had 18 to lead the Cougars. Unfortunate result, but you win some, you lose some.
I wish them luck on the rest of the season.
By now I'm sure you've passed the construction that's going on behind Mary Martha, but what exactly is happening? Thomas Johnson sat down with Dr. Gard to get an inside look on the new residence hall.
As the snow falls, a building arises. Behind me is Concordia University Chicago's newest dorm since Gross Hall, built in the 1960s. Boasting a new, modern design with suite-style dorms, I caught up with President Gard for more information.
It's time. It's been time for a while. I came here with the full intention of doing everything for the students. And this generation that we have now, the kids that are coming next year and the kids that will be here 10, 20, 30 years from now. And you guys are my priority. So whatever makes it better for the students is what I'm going to do. And I think a residence hall is one of those issues that we've been able to address. We've got others that we're working on. We haven't named the new dorm yet. That is the new building that's going up. So for now, we're just calling it the new residence hall. If somebody wants to donate enough to have their name on the building, we'd be very happy to do that. The new dorm is going to be suite style, where there'll be 2 bedrooms with a central living room, little kitchenette, and 2 bathrooms in each suite. So that once you go in, you'll share a common living area with only a handful of people. Once we are able to finish out another floor, it'll take about 12 weeks is what I'm being told. So it could be done really quickly. That is, all 5 floors will be roughed out. The first 3 will be completely finished and ready for occupancy. The other 2 floors, everything's there except for furnishings and walls and stuff like that. All the infrastructure will be there. And then we'll shut down Mary Martha North for renovation. And once we complete that renovation, we'll move, that will be opened up again for residential living. But we're going to clear it out of students before we actually begin the hammers and screwdrivers and everything else that's going to go to bringing it more up to a more modern standard. It's clearly going to be everything from fixtures to beds and hallways and paint and the exact details of the renovations we'll know probably in the next few months exactly what will be done. The new dorm will be parallel to Mary Martha, set back behind Mary Martha towards Bonnie Bray. You can see the outline of it now with the pouring of the concrete, exactly the dimensions of the thing. Again, it's going to be taller than Mary Martha. Mary Martha, this will have a couple more floors, so it's quite a bit taller. And in addition, that central part between Mary Martha North and Mary Martha South will be completely renovated. There'll be a connector between Mary Martha and the new residence hall. So students will be able to go completely inside, all the way through the student spaces, indoor spaces, outdoor spaces, out into the triangle. That will also be renovated into a plaza area that's going to provide some really beautiful outdoor spaces for students. And someday we'll probably, God willing, be able to replace Gross with a very similar residence hall to the one we're putting up now, and that too will be connected. And so down the road, we'll have as a whole village for our students of modern housing that will have all the spaces, indoor, outdoor, all that kind of stuff. And this is the first phase of it. It's such a different configuration. We want to make sure that we do everything right and set up a system that really serves the students, because that's what this building is about. It's about serving our students now and in the future. And I was thinking it'd take 3 or 4 years to get it started. We did it in 2. So it's truly a blessing. It's going to be a magnificent building. It's going to serve another generation of students in a great way.
I'm excited to see what the new dorm looks like. Our final story of the night recounts the robotics camp which took place over the summer at Concordia. This 2-week camp allowed students to create robots using LEGO Mindstorm's EV3 robotic sets and competed in a series of battles from which one winner emerged victorious. It was an exciting 2-week program. Students learned a lot and had an amazing experience.
I played with those all the time as a kid. It's good to see they're still playing with them today. Well, that wraps it up here at WCGR News. But before we go, remember to follow us on Twitter and Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
From all of us here at WCGR News, have a good night.